Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Choochin on a Friday afternoon. Let's call it the windy edition. And the last time I remember wind like this, I had to come into a location so you could actually hear me. Was that terrible night of October 9th and 10th, 2017, when the Great Santa Rosa fire came through. Basically 6,000 homes in 6 hours were burned to the ground, and 40-some people died, some of them horribly. So I always get a little bit of twinge. I'll be talking about that on another video. I always get a little antsy whenever the wind kicks up. Not only to drive my hair nuts too, but I've had a lot of people asking me about Hangouts and things, and I just wanted to say that even if, I've got a strike on the Murphy channel now, and even if that strike appeal goes through and I'm victorious, I really don't feel like this weekend having any sort of Hangouts, baking, or anything like that. Mainly because it may be time for me to take a little break, from Hangouts. As much as I enjoyed it, as much as I love my friends, it really has been something pounding away week after week after week on Saturday nights, year in, year out, and it gets a little crazy. And I found myself this year, although I come on and I'm always happy on YouTube and try to share joy and happiness on YouTube, there's a lot of times this year I have, as you guys know, felt kind of depressed about the state of continuing to work and not really being able to have my life the way I want it. But I've tried not to let that bleed over to YouTube, and I've put on a happy face for the most part, and that's fine. That's generally my nature, to be like that. But when you find yourself on a Saturday night knocking back almost a gallon of beer in 5 hours, it's a little much. It's a signal there that maybe you better just slow down doing what you're doing. Maybe there's something deeper in place, or something deeper going on here that you have to explore. So this is precisely the reason the last 3 weeks in particular that I have really hitting the road more, having more time to myself, and just being able to think about things, and to be able to go on a Hangout tomorrow night, it just doesn't feel right to me. I don't want to be the object of attention on YouTube, because I try to make my Hangouts about other people and side chat and panel. And frankly, everything that's happened to me is self-inflicted. And let's be honest, some people are getting hate. Oh, you struck Rosie, you did this, you caused this to happen. It's nonsense. I'm a big girl. As somebody told me yesterday, you got to own your shit. So I own it. So I'm asking the people that are, lashing out at people on YouTube to just pull back and reflect that YouTube is not a place that gives out strikes. You may think that they're not deserved, but it's YouTube's ball. It's their court. It's their house, and you have to respect that. So anything that I got is certainly deserved on my part. I may dispute, I may argue with YouTube, but at the end of the day, they hold all the cards, and I'm in a position where I just get along, and that's fine. So I thought this summer, I talked a couple weeks ago on a Hangout about maybe wanting to pull back a little bit, maybe take a break from Hangouts. Exactly, because I feel like I'm drinking way too much. My mind has not been in a good place. Yes, I plan on still continuing to be a ray of sunshine in your lives, but I don't feel like I'm making myself happy with the way things that have been going lately. So this is really what I want to change, and it's what I've been working on since Jen and I had a talk about 2 weeks ago about, you gotta like who you are. You gotta love yourself if you can love other people. And I've been slipping in that category lately. And I've been feeling, you know, like my feet are slipping off the rungs here of feeling good about myself. And I want to get to a point where I'm having fun on YouTube again, and that things are great. And it's not just I'm doing things just for the sake of doing them and going through the routine. And my friends are understanding about it. They know that. It takes a lot to sit in that seat from 5 p.m. until midnight, knowing perfectly well that you've got to try to be semi-attentive, even though beginning at 7 p.m. I start knocking back the beers, and usually by the last hour, stuff is so crazy that my eyes are just kind of glazed over, and I can barely, you know, just hanging on to that strap on the subway going down the line, right, back and forth, just hanging on, you know, just wait until the end. It just is a little much, and it's taking a toll on me, mentally and physically, with all of the drinking and everything. So I know my friends will understand. Maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now, maybe a month from now, you know, who knows. But anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your Friday afternoon. I have some good stuff coming up from Missy, Jen, and I this weekend that you're really going to enjoy. And I know that you will understand what I'm saying. Continue to be my wonderful friends. Life goes on. It'll go on for me, and I will be a happier person as a result. So from the Georgie boy and me, have a great weekend, everybody.